What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Unruly Podcast with your boy Sticks and Evan.
Howdy.
We got a crazy amount of football to talk about and basketball, but obviously this week was wild card weekend, and boy, was it a great weekend. Boy,
I
was it a great
enjoyed.
weekend. I want to say it was probably my favorite weekend of football in a while, considering how much great football we've had in the past couple weeks.
I'll
But
agree with that. I
yeah,
haven't, as a Patriot fan, I haven't had much to smile about
don't remind me.
in a very long time. I say very long time. It's like been 4 years, but yeah.
Hey, now us and Tom Brady can finally say we're washed.
Yes, sir.
I saw that on Twitter. It was
Yeah, well,
my
we have a future. Tom Brady don't got no future.
He's got a future in broadcasting if he actually retires.
I think he'll go to the Raiders.
I don't think
I
he's
think
retiring.
I think it's either retirement or Raiders, and I don't think he's going to retire. So I think it's Raiders.
My thing is with the Raiders is I don't even know how this got to Tom Brady talk already, but my thing with the
That
Raiders
was
is
pretty fast.
my thing with the Raiders is like yeah, he's got Josh McDaniels, he's got Tay. Cause yeah, I think even if Derek Carr leaves, if Derek Carr knows he's getting Tom Brady, he's gonna stay. You got Josh Jacobs. Don't know what he's gonna do. Obviously, running back shelf life is pretty
but like,
short.
but if you like, he's what 5 years into his career? Four?
Hmm.
I think he's still got two. The way he runs, two
He's
years
got
left.
yeah,
Two, maybe one really good year and
and
another
one like
solid year, and then because he fucking just runs over people. Like your body can't
because
handle
he
that.
made it this long.
Yeah. So like he hears Tom Brady's coming back. He comes back because it's like a Tom Brady at this point. It's a 1 year deal. It's like
Basically,
if if you're in, like
you're
you're in to win a Super Bowl. Like it's not. It's if you're coming back to play with Tom Brady, it's Super Bowl or nothing because Tom Brady's at that point in his career where it's like he'll hang him up at any point.
my only worry is well, I wouldn't say my worry because I don't want that man to win another Super Bowl ever. But if I were a Brady fan, Las Vegas has no defense. We saw it
Yeah,
this year where they kept getting into like they'd extend leads, double digit leads, and they would collapse. And then obviously the only one they lost, I mean the only one they won was against the Pats.
and we
But
literally threw the ball to them. And we said, "Here, I
I
don't
don't even
want to
know why
play anymore."
I don't even know why I did that. I don't even want to talk about them anymore. They're out of the playoffs for a reason.
Yeah, we didn't deserve to be in the playoffs.
We didn't, but I just didn't want Miami to be there. Even though
Yeah,
Miami played them a lot better than we would have.
I'd rather, I would have rathered Miami than Pittsburgh. I hate Pittsburgh.
I like Mike Tomlin.
I like Mike Tomlin, but like I just I don't have any love towards like
Steelers.
like Miami. I like Mike McDaniel. I think he's cool.
He was caught vaping. In the big vape.
Dog. He's got that dog in him. And I like Tyreek and Waddle is like really fucking fun to watch. Tua's like eh. Tua's like okay. Teddy
Who's
Bridgewater,
questionable now?
love Teddy Bridgewater, but like there's nothing other than like maybe a little bit of Mike Tomlin. There's nothing I like about the Steelers.
TJ Watt.
No. He's not. I don't dislike him, but I don't like him. He's just there.
He's
You
not his
know.
brother. I'll say. Well,
No,
he's
I
better
like
than his brother, but JJ was a lot more
JJ.
likable.
Yeah, JJ's a cooler guy. You know.
And then there's Derek, who nobody talks about.
Derek. Yeah, Derek, the boy,
See,
the unsung hero.
that's
He's
what
the
they fucked
last
up.
Hemsworth, dude.
That's what they fucked up because they had JJ, TJ, Derek.
They had
You
no
guys
more
fucked him up.
J's.
They just didn't love him enough. They're just like, we can't keep coming
They
up with J
knew
names, so you just get Derek.
they knew who was going to be just some mediocre fullback in the NFL. They're like,
Hey, that's
you
why
just
the
got to
last
mold him in.
Gronkowski brother was named Glenn.
None of the Gronkowski brothers did shit other than Gronk. They all
True.
sucked.
Chris was in the league. He was on the Broncos for a while.
Chris was like actually in the league for a bit, and then he was
5 years.
practice squad
I did my
for.
research.
Now he's a TikTok guy.
Hey, you got to make money somehow.
Yeah, I understand.
I
You
don't even
do
know how
have to
we
make
got on this
money.
tangent, but to get back to the playoffs, Seahawks, 49ers, Brock Purdy played okay. But
He's
obviously,
he's a dog, dude.
he's
He's
the
a
dog.
dog. He
I
played
want him to win. I want him
okay.
to
He
win.
threw for 300 yards and 3 tuds.
No, I mean first half. First half, he was kind
First
of
half,
shaky.
first half the Seahawks were putting up with them, and then bro, that
Hey,
point
put respect on that man, Geno Smith's name.
absolutely. Like I cannot like you can't undersell what Geno Smith did this year. Like
I
that
think
shit's unreal.
it just sucks that they have to pay him this year.
It sucks that he's not gonna get paid anywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
because I was seeing.
or he's gonna get paid somewhere, and it's gonna be a shitty fucking
Yeah,
fit, and then he's gonna suck. Just like what happened to Teddy Bridgewater with the fucking Broncos and with the Panthers. It's like he goes off with the Saints, and then gets paid, goes to start somewhere, and it's not a good fit, and he sucks.
but even on the Panthers, he still had a pretty decent year before they got Sam Darnold. But
Yeah,
but again, talking about Geno, it's kind of still in the realm of what we're talking about. But I saw Richard Sherman was saying after the Baltimore loss, he was saying, "Hey, they messed up because now Lamar has to be paid. He already said he's not going to play under the franchise tag. So let's say he's like, you know what, just try to trade me." Because obviously they're going to do what's best in their interest, but he could also just be like, nah, injured. He could pull Ben
there's
Simmons.
there's no like, but like they don't
But he,
like. What are
my
the
thing is,
Seahawks
he's
gonna
not built
do
that
if
way.
they if Geno's not there? What are the Seahawks gonna do? You can't play Drew Lock and expect to win.
My thing was, well, his thing was, they trade for I mean, they trade for Geno Smith, which made no sense to me on that part. You have Lamar going to Geno Smith. As much as I love Geno Smith, that's a huge drop off.
Just a little
And
bit.
and then obviously, as the Seahawks, you have great weapons. If you're Lamar, you have DK. You finally have a number one receiver. You have Tyler Lockett. You have an okay offensive line. Defense still needs to be there, but you're kind of just in a similar situation, just with better receivers and worse
But like
defense.
that, but like he might want that, like because that's why the Ravens lost to the Bengals because they had no guy to go to.
Yeah,
Like once they took away Mark Andrews, like there was no guy. Like fucking Sammy Watkins is not that guy. Devin
he's
Duvernay's
never
that
been that
not that
guy.
guy. It's like you can point at the 98-yard fumble return, which is yes why they ultimately lost, but like they couldn't drive down the field because they had no number one receiver to fucking get open.
Yeah, and when we get into the whole Baltimore game, we got to talk about what J.K. Dobbins said, but it was very spicy. Let's just say that. But like you said, your boy Brock Purdy, or I should say my boy, because he beat Tom Brady.
Dude, that that 49ers team
It's
is
tough.
built
It's tough.
so incredibly well.
I'm saying they could, like, you. A lot of
Bro,
people were questioning me when I said, "Oh, they could win the Super Bowl. They could win."
I'm telling you, like I might have doubted you for a little bit, but now I will back up on my words. This might be the greatest like all around built team I've ever seen. Because
It's
they won with Trey Lance, they won with Jimmy Garoppolo, and they won with Brock Purdy. Those are three mediocre quarterbacks that like they go anywhere else and they kind of suck and they don't really do anything. Like they may go like 9-8, but like this team is just like the defense is unreal, the receiving core is unreal, the running back room now that they've traded for Christian McCaffrey, the best tight end and one of the best tight ends in the league, great offensive line, like you could stick me back there and I'd probably win a game or two. Like
it's
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 so
kind of all
impressive.
relying on Brock Purdy.
It's so impressive how well that team is built.
Hmm.
It's crazy.
Hey, that's what Kyle Shanahan does. He was under Sean McVay. He was under, obviously, his dad is was with the Broncos for a while
And with
during
the
their Super Bowl days.
skins,
So
the Commanders, back
I'm
when
not calling them
they were
that.
semi decent.
I'm not calling them the Commanders. I'm calling them football team. I don't care. I won't call them
The
the
old
other word,
skins.
but
I don't is it racist if I say the skins, not the Redskins, just the skins?
no, because you could mean whiteskins or brownskins. We'll never know. Pigskin, football.
No, I'll just go with the football team. I feel like it's easier. less
I
of a
still call
chance.
them football team. I know it was only 2 years, but I still can't call them the Commanders. That shit is so stupid.
Yeah, but there's not really like this is off topic, and I will get back on topic. But
We never.
there's not really another name that I would be like, yeah, that's a good name. Like I don't like Commanders, but like there's
Yeah.
no other name like they like that I look at and it's like,
I mean, I understand why they had to change it because you can't really market football team
yeah,
other
no,
than
it's
like for
that's
casual fans
terrible.
being like, "Oh, I'm a football team fan" or whatever. It's kind of stupid, but
It's like whenever I like look at like the USFL team names or the XFL team names, it's like they're just corny to me.
yeah,
But
like
then
the
again, it's like,
Titans.
yeah, I feel like the the NFL like has all the good names already.
Yeah,
Like there's no other names that I'll find cool.
because when I was thinking of Washington names, I literally immediately was like, "Oh, Titans would be cool." I was like, "There's already a Titans team."
That's what I'm saying. Like there's like a bunch of there's a bunch of names that like I think of and it's like it's okay, but it's like no better than the Commanders.
Yeah,
Like they're just kind of the best of a shitty situation.
but to get back on topic, we
Yes,
cannot stay on topic ever.
I try. I don't try.
I don't try. I try to moderate. I am not a good moderator because I like to be off topic.
It happens.
Thoughts, but like I said, this 49ers team is incredible all around. Great defense, great like you said, great all around. Quarterback is just really the question, and Brock Purdy right now is answering all the
He's
questions.
he's getting it done. Good for him.
And plus, the main reason why I trust that team, as much as I may not completely trust Brock Purdy, his connection with Kittle is there. It's already there. Which
And when in doubt, like now that Debo's back, throw to Debo in a fucking drag and he'll take it 20 yards. Like,
Debo had this one, yeah, that one drag route you're talking about, where
yeah,
you could literally just see him go, "Oh shit, nobody's gonna," and just accelerate. And I'm just like, damn, this team is unstoppable. It
yeah.
feels.
And the Brandon Ayuk's like actually playing well.
He's had a really good season this
It's
season.
like this team is just unreal.
It's
Can I give you an XFL name that I find the worst thing ever that I just looked
sure.
up? The San Antonio Brahmas. The hell is that?
The fuck is a Brahma?
I don't know. I'm sure if I Googled it, I'd find out, but I don't want to because
I don't know
it's
why.
dumb.
You said San Antonio, and I was like, they just trademarked the Spurs?
That'd be better than the fucking Brahmas.
It would be. You might as well
Anyways,
just pay the luxury tax. Might as well
back
just
to
pay it.
your back to your top
I'm,
back to the
I'm done.
playoffs.
I'm done with the 49ers. But let's talk about a little bit about the Seahawks and their future.
No
DK,
future.
yeah, they're
Kenneth Walker's good, but
they're what
like
I like to call the wall of mid right now, where you don't know where to go because they soar too high to get like a really high draft pick. But no, they have Denver's draft pick, and Denver was ass. So I mean, they can go for quarterback and have him develop under Gino, which I think is smart. But this year's quarterback room also isn't the strongest compared to next year. You have Caleb Williams, you have some better guys coming out. Also, Shroud officially declared that he's going to come out for the draft. I know there was a lot of questions about that. I was kind of scared because if he came back, I was like, I'd love to have you back, but you're just going to ruin your draft stock. Because right
might
now,
win a natty. That Ohio State team.
it's not that I don't think we can. It's just I've hoped for it too much. This year was our best year, and we still lost. Given the great game he had, we still lost.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker.
It was tough. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. I watched that field goal and I cried. I almost cried.
See, we were flipping back and forth between the ball dropping and the field goal, and we missed the field goal
Damn, that shit happened right at midnight.
right
And
at midnight.
I was like,
Awful way
what a
to
way to
start your
start the
year.
year. I was
Yep.
like, this sucks. But Seahawks, yeah, they have some nice pieces, but they're what Cleveland was before they really like kind of cultivated a team where it's like, oh, they have some nice pieces. What do you do now? Because you're too good to be like really bad. Like they should just suck. Like just go out and lose every single game you can, and just get a really high draft pick.
But that like they'd have to take like Bryce Young this
Yeah.
year, because like if they do that and like DK sees that like if they do that with Drew Lock next year, like they don't draft a quarterback and they let Geno walk and they do that with Drew Lock,
Hmm.
DK will leave because he'll see no
He'll seek a
future.
trade for sure.
He'll see no future and he'll just be like, you're not even trying. But if they do that with Bryce Young, it's a lot better look. Like it's
Yeah.
a developing young quarterback that has a bright future, and it's a better sell to DK to stay.
Yeah, for sure.
So I
But I
think I
mean,
think they should definitely go Bryce Young if he's still there. Houston's probably going to take him, but
yeah, probably. Well, yeah. Well, we don't know because obviously
dude,
with the Bears
someone
having the first pick, they could
someone's
do a
going to
lot.
trade. They got to trade that.
They
Dude,
should
they could get
trade it.
so much for that, dude.
I love fuck, now I'm forgetting the coach's name.
The
I'm
Texans,
blank. Yeah, I'm
Lovey
blanking on it.
Smith.
Lovey Smith. Lovey Smith. That's what his name is. I just love the fact that I bet you, and I don't think he was tanked the whole season. I think that team is just really
Oh
bad.
my god, that team's terrible.
But I think the Texans went into like we're telling him, yeah, after this game, you're done, and he's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna win and take the
Watch
first
me
pick with
win.
me and go fuck yourself. And I just love it because the Texans, as much as like we kind of covered it up with JJ being there, and we consider them, oh, they were a cool franchise. They suck as people. They've literally hired the two token black guys as coaches for 1 year and just been like, oh, this team is so
Yeah,
bad, get
they
out.
know. Yeah, they know what's gonna happen. They're gonna go fucking 1-16 and then
Yeah,
fire him, or 1-15 and fire him because it's like the easy thing to do.
it is, and it kind of just sucks because it's like you don't really know what these guys are capable of. I'm not saying they're the next Andy Reid, Mike McDaniel. I'm not saying they're any of these guys, but you're not even giving them a chance. But yeah, to move on to an even crazier game, Chargers Jaguars.
I
People
was
laugh.
mad, bro.
I got to talk to my haters right now. People laughed at me for saying Jaguars are going to win. You just don't believe in Justin Herbert. Even though I'm a Justin Herbert fan, you just don't believe in Justin Herbert. All right, fine. 27 points later.
Let me tell you,
All I got to say is I know ball.
I did not think Brendan Staley could be as bad as he actually is. I fully believe that that guy should never be a head coach ever again. He is awful. Like, just run the fucking goddamn
They don't have a
ball.
run game.
I know. That's the problem. When you're so one dimensional
It's
as
very
a
easy to
fucking
beat.
offense, it's so easy to fucking lose leads like that. Like, it's not surprising to me because if you look at them the whole year, it's like they have these iffy, like sometimes they're fucking good as hell, sometimes they're really bad because they're either passing games either on or it's off. And
Yeah,
like they have the best receiving running back in the league, but guy doesn't touch the ball when it's like if you're up 27-0 as a pro football team,
you should win
there's
that game.
no reason you should lose. There's zero, zilcho. The same thing happened to the fucking Falcons. They didn't run the ball, they lost. Just run the ball, chew as much clock as you can. Because then, if you suck and you like three and out, at least you take up 2 minutes of the clock.
Yeah.
Like if you throw incomplete pass after incomplete pass, three and out, that
What is
takes
that?
off 15
14 seconds.
seconds.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
It's just the most boneheaded, dumb things. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like I'm not a Chargers fan or a Jaguars fan. It's
Yeah.
just annoying to see that this guy continues to do stupid things.
But I will say, silver lining, he gets fired.
He
This was
should.
their this was the best case scenario
Now they
because
have a reason to fire his ass.
exactly because as much as I wanted them to win this game, I was like, if they lose, they have a reason to fire Brandon Staley. And all I'm saying is that NOLA coach, he may be coming. He said he loves Justin Herbert. We all know who I'm talking about, but
Yes,
all the
but like
rumors around it. Talking about Sean Payton, of course,
Johnny boy.
but he said he loves Justin Herbert. He loves everything about his game, and I think he'd be a great coach for him. I know he's more of a defensive-minded coach. And I can't even say that because he's kind of a quarterback whisperer. When you think of Drew Brees, you think I was still able to save him in those last couple years, even when his arm was kind of shot, still giving him a shot to go to the playoffs. So
I mean, the motherfucker threw for 5,000 yards like 4 times.
exactly,
If you think Herbert's not going to do that, like
Herbert's already done it once without him. So
they just need to fucking start running the ball.
they need to
Start
get.
running the ball.
I was gonna say if they have a decent enough draft pick, Bijan coming out of Texas is pretty good. I think he might get taken though. Unfortunately,
Who do you, like? Do the Bears go like Will Anderson and just say fuck it?
no, no. If they're smart, they trade this pick.
They
I know
should,
a lot of
but they're the
people are
Bears.
saying they should trade Justin Fields and then get Bryce Young, and I was like, why would you
There's
do
no
that?
reason for that. There's
You
no
already
reason.
see potential in Justin Fields. I'm not saying he's the best prospect. I'm not saying he's going to be the best out of his class. Well, who's in that class? No, he won't be because Lawrence is in that class, so he'll still be like second. But out of the rest of them, he's going to beat out Mac Jones just because he has a higher ceiling. He's going to beat out Zach Wilson because Zach
Trey
Wilson.
Lance.
I don't even know what to say on Trey Lance because he's obviously been injured this year, sat last year. It's tough.
I don't. There's no reason to. There's literally no reason to what's it called to trade Justin Fields. Move on from him. Like there's like he's the like guy
You
who's
can see a
produced
future.
pretty much the most out of that class so far, other
Mm-hmm.
than like Mac.
Mac had that very good first year, but at the same time, we think that's his ceiling. So if his ceiling is around 3,000 yards, around what was it, 25-ish touchdowns, let's say 14-ish interceptions, which is okay, but even like if we look at Dak's numbers this year, 4,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, that was a down year, and that's him at what I'd say 12th best quarterback in the league. If that's his ceiling, then that's pretty small ceiling. I'll take the guy with a lot more upside, to be honest.
Still
Especially
not.
when think about it, Chicago's a very small market. Like Pats are lucky enough that they had the Pats brand before, so people may be willing to come. Like we were able to get Randy Moss, we were able to get Chad Ochocinco, we were able to get some free agents, stuff like that. But realistically, we're a small market too. But Chicago, according to football, it's hugely small. So at least if you show some box office, maybe you get receivers to be like, oh, maybe I want to play with him. The opposite
You
of what's
mean
happening with Lamar.
you mean to tell me that N'Keal Harry's not going to develop into the greatest receiver of all time? Is that what you're telling me?
Fuck that man. You still have his jersey, right?
Yes, I still have his jersey.
Why?
'Cause I thought he was going to be good.
Get it out. Burn it. I don't care. Do something with it.
I can't burn it. It's not worth it. He legitimately like if he had
Exactly.
more
It's
than like
not worth
400
anything.
yards,
Burn it.
if it's not like worth my energy.
That's true.
Like it's just he's not. He's terrible. He's the
He is
worst
terrible.
fucking receiver to ever play the game of football.
Except when he played against us this year, where he was kind of balling. He had like one good catch that was like you didn't do that once on the Pats, not once.
That guy is so fucking bad. Anyways,
Talk about the Jaguars now.
good for the Jaguars.
Very good.
Happy for those
I'm pretty sure they're
fellas.
facing the Chiefs this round, which sucks.
Yeah, it's not good, but
But to be fair, we got it. As bad as Justin Trevor Lawrence's first. Well, let's talk about his game just overall. First half, some of the worst football I've ever
yeah,
seen.
it was all time bad.
It was awful. Like I was funny enough at the gym when the game started, and by the time I turned on the game, I just saw the first pick, and I was like, ah, crap, this is not good. I see them drive down, score. I was like, all right, he can come back from this. Another pick. I was like, whoa.
That's what it was, just pick after pick. I was like,
Don't forget, wasn't there also, well, one of them wasn't his fault. One of them literally bounced off somebody's helmet or chest pad and just bounced up in the air. And I
dude,
was like, this is
those
just bad luck.
the three that Asante Samuel Jr. had though were
He was balling.
good plays,
He
dude.
was balling.
Like impressive. Like that is an impressive
He was
play.
looking like his dad.
I was cooking him. I was cooking his dad when I was watching that. I was like,
Mm.
yeah. I was like, Asante Samuel Sr. can't do that in the Super Bowl to secure a perfect season. I wonder. Maybe you should learn from his kid, dummy,
You think he
idiot.
said that to his dad? He's like, hey,
Like, this is how you do it.
he's like, I could have saved our season. And then you think his dad was like, we both ended up in the same place, losers.
Yeah, but like people don't blame, like, what is it? How long has it been? 15 years since the
Yeah,
Patriots lost. I still complain about his dad. No one can complain about Asante Samuel Jr.
hey, he
because
did
he
his job.
got 3 picks.
He did his job.
Like they had a historic loss, but it's like, yeah, he intercepted the ball 3 times. He did all he could. Asante Samuel Sr. looked like a 5-year-old trying to catch a football, and it would have been we would have been perfect.
We would have been.
I would take the
Eli
perfect
Manning was like, nah, I got this.
in Plaxico, shoot myself in the leg, Burris. I would take the perfect season and like take away the last two. If you said I'll trade you the perfect season for, and like we'll take away the um
Rams.
the Rams and the
Falcon? No.
Falcons, yes,
Yeah.
I would say I would think about it long and hard because that Falcons game was unreal, but I would take it.
I don't think I could take it. I don't think I could take it.
Bro, there's never going to
That
be a
Falcons
team.
game is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yes,
Like, I
and
still go watch it.
I
I still
get it. I get it. I'm with you. But to be the only team ever to go 19-0 and to get Randy Moss a ring, because Randy Moss never won anything, I would so take that.
That's the only reason why I'd push back on it. Only because Randy Moss needs a ring.
Exactly.
Only reason. I don't really care about the perfect season because I'm
That,
like, eh.
why? It's so cool.
It is so cool. But the better part is Randy Moss getting a ring because this man is
Yeah, I mean
disrespected.
that's I
I don't care what anybody says. I'm taking him over Jerry, and I'm taking him over T.O.
I'm taking Randy over T.O. I've honestly, this might be bad as a football fan. I've never watched like Jerry Rice highlights.
Oh,
So
you
like
got it. They're
I
impressive.
don't
But
know. But I
yeah,
love but dude, people say mossed when you catch a football or
like
anything
Kobe.
over another human. You know how cool that is to have something named after you? That's
I
sick.
remember his son. I think his son is Thaddeus.
Thaddeus from played in LSU.
Yeah, I remember LSU. His last game caught a touchdown over somebody, and his dad was doing the broadcast there. And just to see his dad's face, I was like, this kid's gonna be something special. Was nothing
You
special.
know, he was bad. He wasn't even like that good in LSU.
He wasn't, but I had hope. I was just like, hey, maybe he's gonna get to the league. He's gonna take some juice, and he's gonna be great. And he wasn't.
He's a national champion though. You can't take that
He
away.
is.
That's pretty cool. He
Hey,
won
you
one
can take
more
a couple with
championships
Joe
than his
Burrow.
dad. So
But overall, for this game, you could just fire Brandon Staley. Just fire Brandon Staley.
fire him now.
Get Sean Payton if you can, because that's the number one landing spot. I think them and Denver. But
Denver, yeah, that's what I've heard.
I feel like Chargers have a lot more leeway, and they have just a more talented roster. I would feel. Plus, I feel like they need to get a running back. They need to get maybe just one more receiver who's not injury prone.
That's
And
like I don't know who I'd rather take. Like if I was a head coach, where would I rather go? Denver or the Chargers? Because the Denver defense is
it's
solid.
nice. Not even solid. It's great.
It's great, and then you got their old line is pretty good. You got Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, a receiver.
To be fair, at the end of the year, without Nathaniel Hackett, they did look pretty good. Russ did look pretty good.
You got Russ that like still has it in him. Like he's not like he's done. Like he's still,
Yeah,
I still believe that he can turn his shit around. And then they don't have a running back, but like could
they
get
have
there's plenty of running backs in the fucking in free agency that's coming up. And
I forget that kid that tore his ACL. If he comes back as even
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
80% of what he was, they have running back for sure.
yeah, that's fair. I forgot about him.
Because right now, me personally, I would love to see him just selfishly go to the Broncos, just because that team is so like when you look at it on paper,
It should be good.
that team should be the second best team in that division.
It
But at the
should be
same
good.
time, you look at funny enough, the Chargers are in the same division, and I think Justin Herbert's better than Russ is right now already. And obviously Russ is at the tailor end of his career, but I just feel you could do a little bit more. I feel with the Chargers,
That's fair. But like
and I just feel like the Chargers need a competent mind at coach. I know the Broncos do too because they had McDaniels, they had Fangio, who wasn't even crazy bad, but he ended up on bad terms, and that's the main reason why I don't think he'll go back. Because Sean Payton said, "Oh, if I'm going to a team, my DC will be Vic Fangio." So a lot to think about for him, especially if he wants to just sit out another year, which I don't think would be ideal when you have a golden opportunity in front of you if they do fire Brandon Staley.
it'll be interesting to see what he does, Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Definitely.
like that's someone who I forgot about. Like and then
Sean
all of
Payne,
this.
Dallas.
Well, where do you think McCarthy's gonna go? What do you think he's gonna lose in the divisional round? And he's gonna go. He's gonna get fired.
That's the only reason why I wanted to lose to Tom Brady. I wanted him fired.
Yeah, he stinks.
I'm just don't remind me that he's my coach. I
He's
had
your
to do with
coach.
Jason Garrett for 8 years.
Coach of the year, former coach of the year, Jason Garrett. You mean
Oh, you mean when Zeke was running for 1,600 yards in his
former
rookie year?
former NFL coach of the year? You're talking about that guy?
Uh, Mike McCarthy got that ring. Still sucks. Got it because of Aaron Rodgers.
Well, if you look at it, Aaron Rodgers hasn't done jack waz
True.
with LaFleur, so
Two MVPs
maybe
that led to
McCarthy's the
nothing.
goat. Who
That's so
knows?
that's so nasty. That's so nasty. Yeah, but yeah, I just I want Sean Payton selfishly on the Chargers just because
That'd be cool to see what
that
they
team is
do with him.
cursed. I want them just to break the curse, just for their sake. Just like they
It's
always
just
get the injury bug, they always
they
get
don't
something.
deserve it. Go back to San Diego and you'll have it.
True, true.
Ah,
We don't need two teams in LA.
they don't have fans, dude. They didn't have fans in San Diego. They don't have fans in LA. They got nobody. So like, who cares?
You're not riding with both of them?
No.
Come on now. To move on, we got the Dolphins and Bills. This
Thought
game
it
was
was gonna
weird.
be a slaughter. Thought it was gonna be a bloodbath.
I tried to take a nap, to be honest with you.
You were wrong because it was a good game.
It was a good game because I was like, I usually have it on because like I'm like, oh, if something interesting is like going on, I'll like turn around, look, and then every like 5 seconds it'd be like, oh, something crazy was happening. Josh Allen, jo- people are kind of underrating Josh Allen's performance because on paper he does have two picks. One of them was not Vic Beasley, Cole Beasley's fault. He is getting manhandled in that clip, but he's trying to catch the ball with his body. As a receiver, I learned don't do that because I do that, and you know what that leads to? Interceptions because it bounces off his chest, goes straight up. Next thing you know, they're taking it in, and I'm like, damn it, because it made it so much closer of a game than it needed to be. Skylar Thompson looked like a god for some reason. Because
Yeah, that was weird.
as soon
Weird
as I
how
saw him
good.
playing, I was like, oh, slaughter, easy. I was like, they don't even have Teddy playing, and then you got to say he balled out.
That's why I think that what's his name
McDaniel,
McDaniel's like he was calling plays on Saturday, so he knows what he's doing. He'll be one of the greats if he
he will be.
keeps like if he did that with fucking Skyler,
Imagine.
a human male
Mhm.
named Skyler from the seventh round. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm pretty impressed. Like even though he had Jalen Waddle played like shit.
He,
Jalen Waddle played like garbage,
oh,
and like
oh, to talk about that, on the same kind of sphere we're talking about with the catch with your hands, there's one deep ball he throws. Skylar Thompson wasn't the best ball, but you see he tries to like go for it, and it's kind of short. So if he just attacks it like this, it's like, oh, easy catch. Instead, he tries to go like this, bounce off his chest, floor, and I'm like, okay, won't happen
he
again.
got he like hurt his shoulder on that play too, didn't he?
He did, and
Yeah.
then he does it again, and I'm like, as a receiver, like I won't even say as a receiver because I sucked. As a shitty receiver, even I could be like, dude, you can just attack it with your hands because there's another catch Gabe Davis has on the floor, but since he attacks it with his hands, he's able to get under it and able to
Mm,
roll over, able to make
that
the
was
catch.
unreal. An unreal catch.
Even think about the Edelman catch. If he tries to catch that with his body, he's screwed. He attacks it with his hands.
That man should
Greatest
have
play in
intercepted
Super
that
Bowl
ball.
history. Second greatest play in Super Bowl history.
What are you saying is first?
Malcolm Butler interception.
Oh, that's like I'd have to think about it
That
to give you a greatest play in Super Bowl history.
for me, that's just I remember. I just remember it was my little brother's birthday, so we're celebrating his birthday and all. And I remember seeing that pic, and I'm holding the cake, like the cookie cake my mom bought from BJ's, and I'm so
You
excited.
got BJ's membership? That's
Oh yeah,
fire. Go
oh yeah,
ahead.
they got BJ's and Costco. They like that.
That's fire.
They like that for real.
Go on.
I don't get none of those benefits, by the way. I get my gas for $3.19. Shit's
Bro,
expensive.
another even more off topic. It's 283 in Connecticut. How unreal is that?
How far is Connecticut?
Depends on where you want to go. It could be 45 minutes.
I'll take that drive.
Dog, bro, I saw it at 350 out here.
Oh my god. How? I don't care. We're going off topic. Fuck this economy. What is going on? I am too broke for
Fuck
this.
Massachusetts, bro.
I'm
This shit
too broke.
sucks.
Apparently, Massachusetts is the second most, not just tax state, second most expensive state to live in other than
Oh, absolutely.
California. I knew it was bad. I didn't think it was that bad.
Dude, it's bad.
We gotta get out of here.
I'm not staying in this motherfucker, bro.
Where
I
we
ain't
moving
staying.
to?
I don't know, like Montana or something like that. It's probably
Okay.
like
Georgia.
15
To
nickels.
Georgia.
Dude, it's probably like 15 nickels to live in Montana.
Because nobody's there. It's
I'm
a
saying,
fake,
who cares?
it's a fake state. They just put on the map and said, hopefully nobody tries to drive there.
That's fine. I'll be there. I'll put it on the map. Put it on the map.
Evansville.
Yeah. I'll take that shit over. Hostile takeover.
You won't have much to fight over.
That's what I'm saying. It's mine. I'll just take it.
You'll have one guy being like, you're not supposed to be here.
And they'll be like, shut up. Isn't your cow running away? And
He'll
he'll
be
be like, oh shit, my cow is running away. And then he's got to go chase his
damn it,
cow.
Jesse.
Yeah.
I told you put a lock on that stable.
Seems like I could take that shit over with a pitchfork.
Would be pretty easy. But this Bills game, it kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie. It made me definitely worried for my Super Bowl pick on the AFC side. May have me leaning towards Mahomes.
That's what I'm saying. Like that game, the Bills game made me scared about the Bills. The Bengals game made me scared about the Bengals because those two did not look like.
No.
The Bills looked good. Obviously, they went up 17-0. They looked good,
Mhm.
and then they just stopped. Like it wasn't. And then they had to like come up with some clutch plays at the end
And I feel
to
like that's
make
the
it.
problem.
That's what like Josh Allen like at the beginning of the year like played well for 4 quarters. Then he
Mhm.
got hurt, and now he plays well for like 2 quarters, and then it'll be like iffy for
Yeah, the
for
other
the other
two.
2 quarters. So it's like that that's what scares me about the Bills. It's like, can they play 4 quarters again like
And
they did?
especially where the Chiefs are kind of getting hot at the right time.
Yeah.
If you got to play Mahomes 4 quarters tight, if you only play good 2 of them, you're not. I don't believe you're winning that game
No.
unless your defense really clutches up. And even we've seen if your defense really clutches up, Mahomes was still, what was it, a 1 score game in the loss they had this season? It was still close.
Yeah. And that they're
So,
lucky. The Bills are lucky though, because if they get there, it'll be at a neutral site if they play the Chiefs,
yeah,
and that's a fucking huge. Like
huge,
either or, it's a huge
huge.
benefit for the home team to be home, whether it's
Mhm.
the Bills or the Chiefs. And if neither one of them are home, that's a huge momentum shift,
Do you know if it's going to
momentum
be a
killer.
neutral site this week? Because they're facing the Bengals.
I don't. It's at Buffalo because I don't think if the Bengals won that game
Mhm.
that got canceled, I don't think it would have moved them
Up the ladder and at
up.
all.
Like, I don't think so. That's all. That's what I've heard, but like, and that's what I assume because
Mhm.
like I don't actually know for a fact because like when we were watching the game or like getting ready to watch that Monday night game, it was for the number 1 seed, and the
Yeah,
Bengals I don't think were going for the number 1 seed. I think.
I think they were fighting maybe to get number 2, but that I think I think a
I don't
lot
know.
of weird stuff would have had to have
Yeah,
happened.
it's weird. But either way, it's in Buffalo, so it's like
Yeah,
I don't try to understand it. It's already done.
yeah. I just because once I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna assume it's in a neutral site. Especially, it would be kind of bad if it was in Cincinnati. I think everybody would be like, yeah, I don't want this to
Yeah,
happen again.
yeah.
I feel like everybody would just have PTSD again. At least facing the same team, it's already gonna be very high emotional wise. I feel it's better just for everything to be either at the Bills or at a neutral site where it's a little bit less drama filled,
Yeah.
which is nice. But yeah, Bills terrified me. Josh Allen is. I said he'd win MVP this year. He obviously had the elbow injury, so I'm going to give him that because he still played well.
He's not gonna get MVP. He's not even an All
No,
Pro.
no, he's no because that ladder. He's maybe 6 if we're really counting it, because I'm counting
That's
like defensive
fucking. That's
players.
low, man. Oh, you're talking about okay.
Only obviously, if we look at quarterback wise, we got to go Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow. Then I'm going Allen, which is still pretty low considering what I had hoped for him this season. But he's still obviously number 2 seed facing the Bengals, who I think he can beat because the Bengals, I would say, looked even worse. I know they always play the Ravens pretty hard, pretty close.
It was a two-score game last week or the last week of the year. It was like
But
38-14.
but I also knew John Harbaugh's a good coach. He's going to get his team up to play. It was just more concerning because I was like, okay, I thought it was going to be. I think my prediction to myself and to off air, I was saying 21-13, but it's going to look a lot. It's going to like on paper, it's going to look a lot closer than it was. But I was like, they'll win handedly. And then I was going into this and I was watching it. I was like, this looks pretty terrifying if I'm the Joe Burrow fan and if I'm a Cincinnati fan.
It was like the fact that Tyler Huntley was carving up the defense. Like there was a few drives, obviously that one long touchdown, blown coverage, and then the drive where he fumbled,
Mhm.
he was driving on that defense. That's what's like scary.
And this defense is supposed to be better than both the Bills and the Chiefs.
So it's like what if Tyler Huntley's doing that to you and you got lucky
Hmm.
that he tried to do that and like who knows you might lose the game, you know? But now
Because
you won, so that's cool. But now you got defensive issues going into
sure,
the Bills, who have a great offense, and the Chiefs next week. After that, if they win, who have a great offense, and then if like you play the Cowboys or the Eagles in the Super Bowl or the 49ers, it's like there's only great offenses left.
hmm,
So if you look like that against Tyler Huntley, it's not a great sign.
it's definitely not a great sign. But to to just speak on what J.K. Dobbins said, and I completely kind of agree. I just don't agree with the context of which he said it. He said, "Oh, if we have Lamar Jackson in this game, we win," which I truly believe. I truly believe Lamar Jackson makes that one play that wins the game. Like, let's say the game goes the exact same way it was. I think that one play they need. I think Lamar Jackson makes it.
I mean, I think that's obvious. Like with the way that game's played, I think that's completely obvious.
Mm,
Like like there's a couple plays where Tyler Huntley's running the ball like on the edge and he doesn't get the edge, but like Lamar Jackson would. But he was coming at fucking Harbaugh too because he's like, we're on the goal line. I should touch the ball. I should be in the game.
mm.
It was too far to QB sneak. That play that goal to goal play like too far to QB sneak. I don't know why that's a thing. Like you have however many opportunities, you hand the ball to J.K. Dobbins. You're a run first team. You hand the ball to J.K. Dobbins. He gets in, great. He doesn't. Like then you
At least
QB
get a
sneak it
field
or
goal,
throw the ball.
maybe.
Like, but it's like that play call. I don't understand. And yeah, I also do believe that, but you don't say that. Like J.K. Dobbins, I don't think you should like. Tyler Huntley played his ass off, and he'll
He
probably
did.
like. There's not really another scenario where he starts another NFL
Like,
football game, let alone a playoff game.
I mean, to be fair, with I'll kind of speak on a lot of the points you said, but I'll try to go in order. I'm very dyslexic, so I have no order what I'm
Oh
guessing in.
yeah, dyslexic. That's what you are. Yeah,
Oh, I am. It's also called stupid.
there you go.
But yeah, for one, J.K. Dobbins. As much as I agree with you, you can't be saying that because Tyler Huntley's your teammate for however long he's been your teammate, and he still played his ass off. He still gets ready the same way you do. He still maybe he doesn't contribute as much other than the past 6 weeks, but I still think you can't do that because let's say they don't pay Lamar and he's your starting quarterback next year. He could honestly check out a lot of runs for you. You'd be like, oh, yeah, you're going to get this run on first down? No, you're not, buddy. Go learn Chinese. He can. And then, but to speak on Tyler Huntley and that play calling, I think John Harbaugh is just a really big player coach where it's kind of to a fault. Where we saw that this season where he goes for a lot of fourth downs that instead of taking the points, because Lamar's like, oh, we could win this. And uh, it works at the time, or you think it works at the time, but say like it didn't work this year. You're gonna have everybody being like, just take the points. But if you
Yeah.
don't go for it, oh, you should have went for it. That's always the game you play as head coach. And it sucks now with social media because back in the '90s, you could do whatever decision. Yeah, the media is gonna crucify you, but it's not like oh, everybody in the world, even as big as the sports world is still and still was back then. It was still in a kind of smaller circle. Like
You
just to
didn't
touch on
see
another,
everyone's thoughts
yeah,
like you
just
do
to touch
now.
on the Dallas game. Brett Maher missed 4 kicks before the game was even over. We have a bunch of memes about it. Just like, oh, there's a bunch of memes about Ravens blowing all the fourth quarter leads, all this stuff. So I bet you that that has to be going through his mind a little bit. And he's like, oh, well, if Tyler Huntley could win this game, maybe we who knows? Maybe it puts a little bit of pressure on Lamar to be like, oh, let me come back. You never know what a coach is thinking. I don't even know if that's really what he's thinking. But to speak on if Tyler Huntley may start another game, knowing, not even knowing, seeing what I see from Baltimore, the organization, it just seems that they want to go, oh, we don't really want to pay Lamar. We don't trust him. We made it to the playoffs with Tyler Huntley, even though we didn't score past 15 points with him. So they may go, hey, maybe Tyler Huntley is still could be a decent quarterback and we could still win with him. So you never know what really they're going to do. This is just my point in saying.
That's fair, but I don't see them. I did like he damn sure is not going to start another playoff game. Like I don't think that he can bring the team to the playoffs. Like if he starts next year, the whole year, like he's not going to bring the team to the playoffs.
It's tough. It's It'd be so much, and Lamar's been catching a lot of flack for not wanting to. I wouldn't even say not wanting to play because he took all this precaution so that he could play for the playoffs. And the more and more we kind of look at it, maybe it is a little bit more bad of a knee injury than we thought. But at the same time, it's because I know it was the ESPN reporter basically being like, "Oh, just suck it up and play." And RG3 had to like kind of check him and be like, "Dude, played with
RG3
it.
ruined his career, bro.
I played
Like,
with MCL, just slapped a brace on it, and it wasn't even a contact hit, and I ruined my
dude,
career into career backup."
he played with no ACL and no LCL in his knee.
Exactly.
Like, just to play in a playoff game his rookie year for on a for a team that didn't give a fuck about him.
Exactly.
Like, that is that is like that is the poster child of do not, if you're hurt, do not play. Because especially if you have potential like that, this man was a generational talent and had an unreal rookie year. Brought the Dookie Can fucking
You could say
Redskins
Skins.
to the playoffs, and then his career was derailed because he wanted to win, wanted to play for his team. But so
And
that's why
that's why I fear.
I will never like that's selfishness and bullshit to like be like, oh, it's not that bad, play through it. Like, no.
And
If
especially
it's
it's
the
like,
Super Bowl, maybe.
yeah. And even then
Like
that's still risky.
fucking what's his name? Philip Rivers played with a torn ACL in the AFC Championship game in
But that's also
way
different
back
because
when.
he's not a and like you said, he still could have messed it up doing the same thing. But he's also not as mobile as a quarterback as an RG3.
But if you see the RG3 play,
Mm-hmm.
like he legitimately just
It was a bad snap.
the bad snap, and he goes to put his foot in the ground, and it gives out. That's what an ACL is like. If he moves in the pocket, it has like the ACL holds your knee together when you move side to side. So if you even take like a side step in the pocket or step up in the pocket, it's you're falling to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no, you have no lateral movement. If you took your ACL out of your knee and walked forward, it would be completely fine. But as soon as you try to move in a different direction, you collapse. So that's what it's like. He like the RG3 did it on some fucking like ripped apart his knee on some like normal looking ass play, and which could have very well happened to Philip Rivers when he played through his torn ACL, which very well could have happened to Lamar with whatever the hell he's got going on.
Yeah. I think it's a MCL sprain, like the official diagnosis.
Which sucks.
I know you had that. That shit hurt.
Well, I got an MRI this morning, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
So we're gonna see what I actually played with all year. So that'll be fun.
They're gonna be like, yeah, you have no more knees. Yeah,
Yeah, that's like what I'm worried about. I don't want that to happen.
they're
That's
gonna
what
be like,
the official diagnostics was from
no
the team
knees.
doctor was MCL sprain, and I'm
Yeah,
like, listen, pal, it hurts
real bad.
4 months after I did it. I think I need to get it looked at.
But yeah, a lot of people are trying to give him plaque for it. And the worst part about it is we know seeing Lamar, he'll do anything to play for this team. Like, he realistically didn't have to play this year. He could have held out. Instead, he was like, I'm going to hold out in a way. Like, there's reports saying he's kind of holding in where he's like, oh, I'll come play. But like, when it comes to practice, I'll be late. I'll be late to meetings. I'll do all this stuff. When it comes to playing on game day, I'm going to give you my 100%. And we know that's the type of guy he is. So to try to kind of say, oh, well, this guy doesn't care about this team is just insane to me. Just wild. I, yeah, the media just really wants to portray this image of, oh, he's a bad guy, when realistically you could see his teammates say, no, he's kind of in the right. So it's tough to be a Baltimore fan right now with all the uncertainty because people are saying he may go to the Jets, he may go to the Raiders for some reason. I don't know how that deal would even work, but
The Raiders would be stupid. Josh
It would be.
McDaniels shit his pants when he had a mobile quarterback with Cam Newton. He
He
didn't
was
know what
like,
to do.
uh, uh, first down, QB
QB
draw.
power, QB power, QB power.
Second down,
The worst,
QB power again.
the worst fucking play
Third
calling
down,
ever.
deep
All
shot.
right, it's third and goal. We've ran QB power 4 times.
Do it another one.
I feel like the best play would be QB power.
To lead into QB power, let's talk about Danny Dimes.
The Giants, man. I lesser of two evils. I don't hate the Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins is so ungodly overrated, and I think that he has never won anything meaningful in his entire life. So I'm again happy that it is shown again by the Giants team pretty good, but Kirk Cousins just so old, man. He's like he fucking pisses down his leg.
All right, well,
Obviously, I'm gonna say 4th and 8. He throw the ball to the sticks, man.
all right. Well, you're completely right on that part. As long as you're saying, because he did have a good game. It's
He had a
more,
decent game,
yeah.
but
He had
in the
that
big
last part.
moment,
That last part.
he chokes.
He did.
Like, and even they had a chance to go down and like the drive before that, go down and take the lead, and they didn't. So what I'm saying, like, he's a solid quarterback, but he's not gonna win you meaningful games. Like, I did. Could next year he could come back and win a playoff game? He could be, say, in the NFC Championship, sure. But I don't see him ever winning a Super Bowl or even getting to a Super Bowl because because he's not clutch. Like there's no that like he had a solid game, but then I don't
When he
care if you have
needed
a
the
solid
most.
game if you don't show up in the fourth. Like if you're terrible in the last drive and if you throw the ball, you don't even give your receiver a chance to make the first down. You throw the ball 5 yards short of the sticks. Like I cannot like accept that from you. If you threw a 45-yard bomb and it was a 50-50 ball, I can accept that. I can't accept throwing the ball 5 yards away from the sticks on man coverage against
Three
a
yards.
fucking tight end, dude.
He's the real life avatar for real. When you need him most, he disappears.
He's gone.
Instead of Kirk Cousins, he's going to be Ang from now on. That's what I'm calling him this episode. So Danny Dimes, he also did have a great game. He's the
Good for
reverse
him.
avatar. He impressed me. I will say that.
Good for him because every Giants fan I talked to was like, yeah, well, we're gonna be bad this year. Get rid of Danny Dimes and then be good next year, whatever. But Danny Dimes said no. He said no. Brian Dable's unreal.
That guy could coach. That
Yeah,
guy.
that guy can fucking coach. And then obviously Daniel Jones in this offense is actually like good.
Don't
Like
forget my man Saquon.
Saquon played fucking well. The defense stepped up obviously when they needed it.
And then Isaiah Hodgins, I mean, incredibly well this game. Darius Slayton was okay. And it's kind of given more credence as to the Giants fans who do believe in Danny Dimes, saying maybe if he just gets one good receiver, maybe if he gets like
That's
a
the thing.
Diop.
They still they don't they're doing all this without good receivers. Like Darius Slayton could have sealed the game.
He could have, and he
But
dropped it.
he just dropped a wide open. There's a good throw, nothing wrong with it, right to his fucking chest. Dropped it and would have sealed the game. Then Kirk Cousins wouldn't even been in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
like
also do
like
love Brian Dayball kind of like going to the sideline, calming him down, and be like, "Hey, you dropped this, you
yeah,
dropped
dude,
that one. Go get the next one."
he's a good dude, good coach, Patriot legend.
Wish he was a Patriots coach. Wish he was our head coach.
He was a Patriot coach back in
No,
the
I wish he
day.
was our head coach.
I don't. Bill
I
Belichick's
don't
the
want Bill
greatest
anymore.
coach of all time.
Not anymore.
Yes, he
Go
is.
go home
Dude,
to Storm.
he's a defensive fucking genius.
Okay,
We've
and
had like
we need
top
offense.
5 defenses forever.
And look what he did to Mac Jones.
He didn't do nothing to Mac Jones.
He hired. No, 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 no,
Matt
no,
Patricia
no, no,
did
no,
the
no,
thing
no,
to
no,
Mac
no,
Jones.
no, 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 no. And who hired Matt Patricia?
Yeah, well,
Ah,
yeah, it was a bad fucking decision, but that guy's still the greatest coach ever.
no.
He is.
Okay, okay. So if I'm a car salesman,
Oh, Jesus. If you sell me a car that kills me, that has no brakes, it's your fault, Sticks. I know
oh,
that's what you're going to say.
it's my fault. So meaning it'd be Belichick's fault.
No, you sold me the car.
And he sold Mac Jones on Matt Patricia and Joe Judge.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
If you knew, you didn't know the brakes were bad, did you?
Bill Belichick did know. Bill
No.
Belichick did know.
You could not guarantee 100%. You did
What did I
not
tell
know.
you before the season? I said this is the worst coach signing, whatever you want to call it. This is the worst coaching decision I've ever seen.
But what I'm saying is, Bill Belichick would not put this guy in this position if he thought he would do this bad.
I don't believe that. I believe he was like, I could win with anything.
There's no way. You think he thinks this was a challenge?
Yes.
No way. There's no way.
Yes.
There's no way. There's
He's
no
a
way.
narcissist.
I don't believe it. Maybe you're right, but I don't believe it. I don't think that he set this man up for failure like that.
I believe this man said, look what we did last year. I could put anybody at coach and we'll still be good. And then he put anybody at coach and we were
Last year
real bad on
we
offense.
still had Josh McDaniels last year.
Exactly. And
What do you mean exactly? He's a good offensive coach.
Exactly. And he went, oh, yeah, McDaniel's great. I could win with anything. That is his mentality. That's always been his mentality. Brian Flores left. Oh, I still got the defense. But he thinks, oh, I could do it on all fronts. He sucks as an offensive mind. We've already seen this.
You are blowing my mind.
How?
Blowing
This
my
man
mind.
can't draft a receiver. This man got lucky on Tom Brady. Mac Jones fell into his lap, and even then, we see what his limited ceiling is.
Our draft picks have been great.
Defensively.
In general, other than the receivers, our draft picks have been great in the last 7 years. But
I'll give you 3 on the offense. Because Trent Williams,
Ramondre Stevenson,
Jacoby,
Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers.
Damian Harris is injury prone.
But he ran for 1,000 yards last year.
And even then, he still was what, a top 9 rusher in the league, or top 9 running back, maybe.
Cole Strange, David Andrews, Michael Onwenu, Isaiah Wynn, Shaq Mason, Marcus Cannon. Do you want me to keep going about great draft picks?
Where have these guys now?
David Andrews still plays. Cole Strange everyone thought that was stupid, and he's actually.
And we could have got Biotish instead of Cole Strange. I'm not saying Cole
plays. He played well.
Who's a better prospect and a better player right now.
But I'm not saying who we could have gotten. I'm saying we've had good picks. If you take away the receivers, that's what everyone wants to talk about. Kyle Duggar, he blew everyone's mind when he took Kyle Duggar, and he's disgusting.
Okay, and I could also give you Dalton Keene, running tight end we got out of where was it? What fucking school was that?
Okay, yeah, there's 7 rounds in the draft, and if you get
Dalton Keene was a 4th round draft pick.
I know. Who cares? He was terrible.
I do. N'Keal Harry. I just had to say it. I had to say it. I couldn't control myself.
If you take away the receivers, this man drafts like a motherfucker.
I'm just saying, you give all this man this praise. You got to give him, his fair due when he's at fault.
Yeah, I agree. The motherfucker should not have put Matt Patricia behind the play callers. He should not be play calling.
It should not have Joe Judge instead of whoever the fuck we have at special teams coach. Put Joe Judge. Maybe we would have lost the Bills that bad. We probably still would have lost. Maybe we would have got two kickbacks. Our special teams this year has not been as good as it usually has been. That's for a fact. Defense still spectacular. offense was offense.
You're disrespecting Bill Belichick right now, and I don't
I'm
like it.
not. I give him more credit than I give Brady. So how can I be disrespecting
You're
him?
disrespecting him, and I don't like it.
You guys, you fans sicken me.
Me? You're shitting on Bill Belichick right now. You're saying he's washed.
Right now, yeah. Until I see something different.
Top five deep. We had fucking 7 defensive touchdowns this year.
I'm not talking about defense. I'm talking
He's a
about,
defensive coach,
okay, then stop trying to
Stickman.
take control of the offense.
He didn't.
He
That's why it
did.
was bad, because Matt
He,
Patricia was running the damn offense.
all I'm saying, hire people you know should be in good positions. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Brian Flores right now may go to the Steelers. You know who he's going to be? Defensive coordinator. Because Mike Tomlin's not going, yeah, I want this man on the offense. That'd be like putting Kyle Shanahan, as great as a play caller he is, being like, go do defense. You'd look stupid. Sean McVay's an offensive genius. Go deal with the defense. I know he's a head coach. Just go strictly deal with the defense. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to be
It's a
successful.
mistake. It was a mistake. He did a bad thing. It was a
Right?
mistake.
Then you better rectify that mistake and fire him immediately, or move him. Move him to defense. Joe
No,
Judge.
he needs to be out of the fucking out. Just gone forever.
I'm fine with Joe Judge coaching the special teams because our special teams do need help because we were not great this year, especially if Slater's leaving. I don't know what that leaves for us on special teams. Marcus Jones is fantastic, but
Whole pro, baby.
if we don't have a good coach and especially Slater to help him out, it's going to be scary hours. Which is probably the saddest part of our season that Devin McCourty and Slater may be gone. Which
Yeah,
so,
that's like official childhood over.
yeah,
Like
so,
when those two are gone, which is probably right now, that's like the whole the whole team that I grew up watching is gone, except for like maybe David Andrews.
yeah.
That sucks.
How many years do you think Andrews got? Realistically,
Like I'll give him like 2 years on the Patriots, and then we're gonna be bad, and then he's gonna go
yeah.
like the Chiefs or something, like Tooney did.
It just sucks to watch. Especially Devin McCourty is still pretty good this year. It's
That's
not
I
very good.
want them. As much as it sucks that we lost, I want them to go out
Yeah.
on that game because McCourty had a pick, and Slater had that play on a punt
hmm
that gave us the ball back. So it's like they went off. They played well. I think they
Yeah.
should go out on that.
Enough Patriots talk. We suck. Let's talk
Yeah.
about winning teams. Let's talk about the Cowboys.
Up your Cowboys.
Hey, we beat the GOAT. We beat your GOAT.
He's the GOAT. Don't say
He is
my
the GOAT.
GOAT. He's the GOAT.
He's your quarterback. We all know who my quarterback
You
is.
guys play like that.
We play.
Cowboys team played a really fucking good game.
We played. I would say we played well, all except for the first like 4 drives or first 2 drives because we split with Tampa.
Fucking ran the ball well, threw the ball well, played
Dak had a
defense.
masterclass. The best game I've ever seen that man play in a Cowboy uniform, including his rookie year.
He played. Yeah, that game was solid all around for the Cowboys.
Which is what we
And
need.
yeah, but you're
Because
not
this,
gonna fucking. Well, who are you playing next week? The Niners.
don't remind me. Let
See
me
ya.
have this. Let me have
Adios, Dallas Cowboys. We'll
this.
be
Is our,
smelling you.
this is our second win in what? Since when did we face Russ? 2018.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Yeah, two Cowboys playoff wins in 5 years. Let me have this.
When the fucking Patriots have.
Hmm?
Patriots have like 4.
Yeah, I mean, they were showing how many Cowboys playoff wins compared to Brady, and we had the same. And I was like, why did you need to show me this? Why do this? We get it. He's great. Leave us alone.
Dude, yeah. But like that there's no way Brady goes out on that game because he played the worst game I've ever seen him play.
That's the
Like
main reason why I know he's not going to retire.
that's what like the Dallas played well,
Hmm.
but like the defense played well, but like I don't
I don't see him
like
going out that way.
Tom Brady did not do himself any favors. It's not like he was hitting throws that he
They routinely did.
it's not like they were getting clamped. Like there was plays where there was fucking receivers open, he just wasn't hitting them.
Hmm.
So I think he's done with the Bucks because there's no future there. Like Todd Bowles is like not that great of a coach.
He's a great defensive mind. He's not a good head
Yeah, he
coach.
can't be like he just was fucking like
As
terrible with
much
the
as
Jets.
as much as
Terrible.
Brady didn't like Arians, I think Arians was better for the team,
Arians was good.
realistically.
Like I didn't think Arians was that good until like you see them this year. Like
Yeah, the huge drop off. Plus,
yeah,
injuries played a very big factor in it. And
yeah,
Gronk retired, Ali Marpet retired. So, plus Chris Godwin, he came back week 1, but he didn't really start to emerge until like week 6 or 7.
yeah.
Evans got suspended that one game and was still kind of nicked for some of the season. Just a lot of running around kind of on offense for him. Even defensively, Shaq Barrett was hurt. Just a lot of turmoil, I would say, for the season. Plus the looming divorce over Tom Brady's head. That couldn't have been any good for the team.
Divorce.
Hey, maybe he's with Giselle.
He's got to be. I think he's done. I think he's gonna go to Vegas.
Yeah, especially he's got his boy McDaniels there.
Yeah. I would love a farewell tour for Brady. But like I wouldn't. Like I want Dak. I want Mac to have next year.
Hmm.
Next year is where I'm really gonna judge him.
Hmm.
Like if he's gonna take
If he
us to
sucks
a Super
again.
Bowl. Yeah, if he's gonna be that guy. So like I don't want Brady to come back and ruin that for Mac Jones.
Hmm.
But I would also like to see Tom Brady retire as
In
a
a passing
Patriot.
uniform.
But I don't think he's gonna.
To get kind of, it's still on topic, but to get a little bit off topic of Tom Brady more onto the game. Let me just take you through the game through the spectacles of a Cowboys fan, right? So first, like I said, 4 drives where we both go 3 and out, and I'm like, all right, this is seeming to be like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a very low scoring game, maybe like 20-10, 20-13.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is going to be kind of the shittiest game of the weekend. All right, we score on a Dalton Schultz touchdown. I was like, all right. Next thing I know, I look up, we missed the kick. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, all right, happens. We'll get on the next one. I was at work, not at work, but I was visiting me girlfriend at work. So I'm driving home when I missed the second touchdown, turn on the TV when I get home, see it's 12-0. I was like, what are we doing? I was like, oh, we maybe just missed a 2-point try. And then I turn on the Manning cast, and then they're showing replays of the 2 missed extra points, and I'm like, fuck. I was like, all right, still got faith. Still scared of Tom Brady though. Still scared shitless. Next thing you know, also we got a pick. Javon Curse got a pick. Just want to say that. Just
Terrible
because.
throw by Brady.
Oh, I I was kind of confused because at first I was like, oh, maybe he was just like somebody was supposed to cross the other way and just I don't know. Or maybe you're trying to throw it out of bounds, just didn't throw it far enough. But I was like,
Yeah,
Tom Brady knows better than that. So I
that
don't
was
know.
bad.
We score another touchdown. It's 18. I'm like, all right, he's gonna remedy this. We're gonna kick the extra point. We're gonna be good. Misses the third one. I go, we're gonna lose this game because this man can't finish an extra point. Because I'm pretty sure we're going into the half 18-0, and I'm going this I remember I'm talking to my dad once it's 24-0, and my dad's like, oh, Tom Brady's getting crushed. I was like, Dad, I've seen him do this before. Don't say a word.
Low key.
Don't
That's
say
what
a
was going through
word.
my head. I was like,
And
wait a minute.
he's like, no, we can't come back. I was like, I've seen worse. I was like, I've seen this man, what was it, 28-3, 25 points. So still one less. I was like, I'm telling you right now, somehow, by the grace of God, this man is going to like sacrifice his own kids to something, to a deity, and he's going to win 25-24, and he's going to ruin my life. And I was like, he always finds a way to do it. Just please let it not be tonight. And when I tell you, I obviously had work in the morning, so I had to turn off the game. Turned it off when I woke up. First thing I did, I was like, oh, I'm scared to look at Instagram. This is gonna be so bad. The first thing I see is all the miss kick memes or whatever. I was like, damn, this isn't good. This is not good. Click on NFL. Saw that we won. I was like, thank fucking Christ. Thank Christ.
There was
I
there was
would have
a
been so happy.
point there was a point where I was like, it's 24 points, dude. There was 4 minutes left in the third. I was
Which I
like,
gotta say, like that's nuts. Like no other quarterback could be down 24 points,
if
and people are
people
like, yeah, you
think,
still got a
yeah.
chance.
So like, but then I just thought like how bad he was playing. I was like, there's no way. He's playing
Yeah.
like shit.
Plus, I had a feeling. I was like, if I keep watching this, he's gonna come back. I just had a feeling. I'm glad to have won because I'm a Brady hater, self-proclaimed, and Cowboy fan, begrudgingly.
I love
I
Tom
will
Brady.
say though, Cowboys fans were going reckless after we won this game. I saw some guy say, "Oh, 49ers will be easy since we beat Brady." I was like, "We beat an 8-9 team
They're not.
who
The
didn't
Buccaneers
even
were
really
not
deserve to
good.
be there." Like if Tom Brady out of the situation and it's the same team, just put Blaine Gabbert as quarterback. We're looking at that
It's
team
three
going,
and fucking 12, 3-4, 13 team. The
yeah.
team's bad.
We're looking at that team going, oh, that was nothing. We got lucky first round. And then we're gonna go into this game being like, yeah, we're gonna get screwed. But since, like I said, delusional Cowboys fans see this and go, yeah, we got the Super Bowl easy on lock. I was like, you guys are delusional. I was terrified last week. I'm even more scared this week.
You should be.
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to be a Dallas Cowboys fan. 28 years of nothing. 28 years. To the viewers out there, I am 21 and have not seen a Cowboy Super Bowl in my lifetime. My dad has been in the States for 22 years and has not seen a Cowboys Super Bowl in his lifetime. That's gross. That's gross.
Sucks.
Do better. And the worst part about it is I don't think we're going to win until Jerry Jones or the Jones family just doesn't own the team anymore, which will never happen. He set that family up for life. Even after he's like 80 something now, even after he passes, that team is still going to run just as dysfunctionally as it always has. It sucks. I'm just excited that Dak got his second playoff win in his career. He somehow is the oldest quarterback now in the playoffs, which is crazy to think about considering he's only in his seventh year. But yeah, I was just very happy. Let's just say that.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Hey, it's not my fault Tom Brady wanted to shit the bed. It's not my fault.
I know that was bad.
It was very uncharacteristic, I'll say. And I think that's why I still had faith in him. I was like, he'll snap out of this. He always does. Which, hey, like I said, that's just greatness. To be down 24 and everybody still says, yeah, he's got that. I don't even have to worry.
Well, now he's done. Forever.
On the Bucks. I wish he was done forever. I would sleep a lot better at night. But yeah, that'll be it for today's episode of the Unruly Podcast with your boy, Sticks and Evan. And it's been wonderful. Have any last thoughts?
Um, um, I hate the Cowboys.
Why you gotta do this?
Nah,
And I hate Tom Brady.
it's fair.
And
It's
we'll be
not
back.
fair, but whatever.
It's pretty fair. I think it's pretty fair. After what this man has done to my organization and my psyche. This man is just too praised. He's too praised.
You get to be praised that much when you have 7 Super Bowls, but whatever.
All I'm saying is, should have played better. Let his family down.
What are you gonna do?
But But that'll be all for today, and we'll see you next week.
Ah.
Bye.